Here's to the builders, the ones who don't wait for permission, the ones who learn at midnight, pitch at sunrise, and fail forward. They're not born with success, they build it. With duct-taped day jobs and one good idea too stubborn to die. They aren't influencers, they influence by doing. The system wasn't made for them, but they make it work anyway. You can doubt them, mock them, ignore them, but you can't stop them. Because they know, real growth starts inside. This is for them. This is Dr. Wood Recommends, where business meets real life.
Hey everyone, Brandon here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about understanding your product before it falls off, before it dies, before your business explodes. I just want to convey a hard truth. 90% of startups fail, and one of the biggest reasons is because they build something that nobody actually wants. Imagine spending months, years on your big idea only to launch and hear nothing. Absolute crickets. That silence, that's the sound of your dream dying. Not because you didn't work hard, but because you didn't validate it early. Most new founders fall in love with the idea before understanding who it's really for or what real-world problem that it will solve. That's where dreams go to die. Not because your idea was bad, but because you skipped foundational understanding of the market. But here's the good news. You can avoid that fate. If you take the time early to understand your product, your customer, and the problem that you're actually solving, you give your business the best shot at real success. So let's talk about how to do that. First step, why the early validation matters. If you skip this step, here's what's going to end up happening. You're going to build the features that no one uses. You're going to waste time and money chasing the wrong thing. You're going to miss the mark for marketing. Your competitors will end up outrunning you. And ultimately, your idea fails because there was no real demand based on this perceptual idea that you had for this product or service. Build it and they will come. Common phrase. But that's kind of a myth. The real mindset around that is understand them, then build it. So let's break this down into a 5-step game plan. Step 1, know your market like a pro. You want to answer questions like who are your customers and what do they struggle with? You want to study your competition. What's working? What's missing? Talk to real people. I'm talking surveys, interviews, conversations. You want to validate your assumptions. Will they pay to solve this problem? This isn't a one and done. It's an ongoing rinse, repeat, hone in. You want to stay curious. You want to probe every new idea that comes in as kind of a runoff of your current product or service. The second step, you're going to want to define and test your value proposition. What problem are you solving and why are you better than any substitute? Use tools like Business Model Canvas to map it out. Don't just guess, test it. Show different messages and see what people will actually respond to. If your value isn't clear within the first 5 to 8 seconds, it's probably too complicated. After that, you're going to want to build a minimum viable product. An MVP isn't a rush product. It's the simplest version that solves the core problem. Keep it simple. Cut the fluff. Focus on delivering just one clear value. And then you're going to want to launch it into a small group of early adopters. Learn before you scale. It's not about getting rich on day one. It's about getting real feedback to snowball into an actual business. And then in step 4, you're going to use that feedback to improve. This is where the fun begins. You're going to gather feedback on what works, what's confusing about it, what's missing. Iterate quickly and then build, test, and improve upon it. And if needed, you're going to want to pivot. Now, understand that pivoting and going away from your idealistic version of your product, that's not failure, it's growth based on evidence. And this cycle is where average ideas become great ones through that innovation and pivoting process. And then the last step is setting a clear strategy and measuring it. Define your product vision and set SMART goals. Create a roadmap for, what's next, what matters most, where do I see myself in 5 years? And then you're going to want to track those key metrics: usage of the product, engagement upon the product, conversion, which could be sales, could be overall goals, and then retention of your most valuable customers. You don't want to just build, you want to measure what matters and then let the data guide your moves into the future. Now again, early feedback will probably be brutal. But the truth about it, failure isn't going to be your enemy. Guessing at what's going to work will be. When you adopt a growth mindset, every mistake is your potential lesson. Using pre-mortem questions, or you ask what could go wrong before it actually does. Kind of anticipate what your biggest pain point of yourself in relation to your product is before the customer can point that out to you. Move fast, test fast, and then learn fast. And then you should probably normalize your failure. It's part of the process, it's part of the growth, but it's not the end. Successful founders didn't avoid their failures. They ended up using it to shape their process, their understanding, the nuance of their products or services, and develop something better. So what's at stake if you don't do these things? If you ignore them, the cost is going to be something like burned out energy, bad bank account, product that nobody wants, and the dream that you had will never really take off. But if you do the work, you end up lowering your risk, you use your time and money wisely, and creating compounding effect of successes. You build something that people will actually want, and then you stay focused, confident, and clear without bogging yourself down into the what ifs. Early understanding is going to be your dream's best insurance policy. So, what's one step from today's video that you're going to apply into your next business? Will you talk up to your potential customer, rework your value proposition, build that MVP? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear more about your journey. And if this helped, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more practical tools and hopefully help you build your business. I get it. Starting a business is exciting, but don't let that passion and that shiny object syndrome blind you to the truth. You want to validate early, listen hard, build real world insight, and treat every misstep as this guidepost to your future, not a graveyard to your business. Now, go build something that matters. And until next time, I'll see you again. Bye.